My name's Jacques du Preez. I've been in the Netherlands for close on 5 years. We initially got into the market looking for a rental, and we were desperate. We really, really needed a rental ASAP. We met Bridget online, or should I say by phone call, and from there it all started. Bridget and J&B Makelaars, formerly Expat Brokers. We've been doing business from rentals all the way to buying our house and into investment properties. So we've had a nice, fruitful relationship. Bridget and her team have been fantastic the whole way through. So then I'm talking 4.5, 5 years ago. We were always used to underbidding on the price that was advertised. As soon as you get to the Netherlands, it's kind of starting from, and that's something that you've got to be quite mindful of. It all depends how the market develops going forward, but for now, it's still the price they ask is pretty much the lowest price you're going to try and get. You won't be able to underbid, depending on market conditions. So that was something that we had to get used to, truth be told. I think another thing that's quite important is that as an expat or as a foreigner in a new country, even though they're incredibly open in this country, fantastic people, fantastic country, you are still a foreigner. And to my mind, how I felt was that the agents are looking for the easy sale, they're looking for the easy rental. They don't really want the complication of a foreigner coming in trying to rent or buy. So it is really, really important to try and find a rental or buying agent in this country that looks after you and has genuine interests in the expat market. And Bridget and her team showed me that from day one. And I think if you can do that, and if you can find those contacts up front, you're going to make your life a whole lot easier. So, clearly I'm here for the interview because we've had a fantastic experience, and I've heard many other people have fantastic experiences with Bridget and her team. So that's what you should be doing. So we initially started obviously in residential, because that was always the preferred asset class that we were looking at within real estate. I understand it completely. It's a basic need, and you're at least providing a service to somebody that needs a home, as we found when we needed a place here right up front. The market has changed drastically to the point where just socially it's become quite a sensitive topic around housing and landlords and owning residential properties. So we bought a few residential properties based on certain income yields that we were looking for. Obviously, as the market changes, so the price of property has changed and got more expensive over time. Rentals haven't quite kept pace, or rental income or increases haven't quite kept pace with the price of the rise in house prices. So as a result, your returns have declined in the residential investment space. Furthermore, as you know, government is also looking to clamp down on residential landlords. So there has been some new legislation that's gone through. There has been changes in the tax rulings over the last while. It's become a bit more expensive to buy. So on that basis, we moved into small industrial properties, looking more at bedrijfshallen. That's what they call them, bedrijfshallen. If I had more cash, I'd go for much bigger units. The Dutch industrial market is incredibly robust and incredibly vibrant. So there's a lot of opportunity there too. It's all about just finding the right area, finding the right facilities around. It comes down to the basics around property investing, and I probably wouldn't go into that right now because it'll bore you. We can just reiterate again, the price that you see is the price you bid from. You don't try and undercut the price. What you do need is a good buying agent that can advise you on where that overbid should be so that you don't overpay. And if anything, do you need to overbid or just show the price? It's a bit of an art within each area to know what the percentage overbidding should be for a property. and your local, should I say, Bridget and her team, which is your local buying agent, can help you with that, definitely. I haven't sold any properties yet, so I haven't used Bridget and her team for selling, but you can be guaranteed I'd be talking to them if we were selling property too. But I tend to buy and hold, I don't buy and sell. I think another challenge is just probably what's very important here is obviously finding out where your transport links are with your property, whether that's investment or for yourself. Depends how far you want to live from public transport. Are you going to be taking a bus and then a train, or would you prefer just to take a train straight in? That's something I would look at, definitely. Another thing is schools. That's always very important. Where are the kindergartens for your small kids? Where the basisscholen, and obviously where the middelbare school will be for your older kids. So that's something very really to keep in mind. That's quite important. And I'd say that's all I can think of for now. So you are going to need an aankoopmakelaar for the selling agent to take you seriously. You know, you can try set up your own appointments. It's a brand new market. You've got absolutely no clue what the regulations are. You've got no clue what condition the property is in. Depending on what age property you're buying, you've got to be careful around energy certificates. You've got to make sure that you know what you're buying as far as quality goes. Your buying agent will be there to assist you, to show you what you should be looking out for, at least tell you the pitfalls, or at least highlight certain issues. On newer build houses, you know, obviously you got your A and A plus rating, so that's nice to know. But invariably, there's a lot of housing stock in the Netherlands that is older, and you would need to probably have a structural report done on what should be looked at within the property. Is there asbestos? What is the energy certificate? I'll reiterate again, because that's a very, very important implication going forward for your energy bill in this country, in Europe in general. And I think just as far as what are you paying for the property, you know, I think you need to have a good idea what you're paying for the property, and your aankoopmakelaar or your buying agent will be able to help you with that. It's about service. That's what it comes down to, and it's about the human element. Bridget and her team do give, and I can't swear on camera, but there's actually a good word for it, but they do give a damn about their clients, and they do always help where they can. Just to give you an idea, now we're renovating our house, and we needed a short-term rental for 5 months. It's almost impossible to find a short-term rental for 5 months in this market, and furnished at that. And I gave Bridget a call and I said to her, listen, you know, we are thinking of renovating. We need to get out of the house, unfortunately, while we do it. It's become a bigger project than we anticipated. Have you got a contact? Is there anything you can find for us? And within half a day, I got a call back, and there you go. Got a contact, and now we're in the rental home while we're busy renovating the house. So it's all about contacts. It's all about maintaining that relationship, which is what Bridget and her team are very, very good with. And that's what counts in property. It's about the people you work with. It's actually just the people in property. And I think that's what Bridget and her team get right. Good knowledge around the markets they operate in, and good contacts that help you as a buyer or seller eventually. To be honest with you, no. I'm happy with the service and the service levels I've received, and the personable, great relationship I've had with Bridget and her team. I wouldn't change anything to that degree. I think maybe if you wanted to market yourselves a bit more, you know, in formal media for what, you know, the amount you can afford, or I don't know how active you are in the foreign market where you advertising your services, say within South Africa, the UK, or any other countries, for any expats that would like to relocate to the Netherlands. That's a biggie. But I do think that word of mouth has been probably one of your biggest selling points, and word of mouth only comes from quality service, and that's what people receive. That's your best. That's your best marketing tool you can have. So I think you should use J&B Makelaars services, formerly Expat Brokers, because they give a damn. They are people. They understand how hard it is to buy and rent a home in the Netherlands. They understand the ins and outs of the market, and they're there with you every step of the way to try and advise you, to try and help you, and they genuinely do give a damn.